What's up guys, Josh from Strength Side. Today we're going over 3 stretches so you can unlock more mobility in your spine. In the first video, we went over 3 stretches that open up the front of the shoulder and thoracic rotation. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you check it out. In this video, we're gonna go over 3 stretches that are all gonna be aimed at opening up the overhead position here, shoulder flexion. Now, if you can get true full shoulder flexion, then that means the flexibility that we need from the muscles in the chest, the shoulder, and the lats are all gonna be there. So if it's something that you're lacking, you don't quite have that, then there's probably some restriction in these muscles. And if we can open that up, the spine is gonna open up, the thoracic spine is gonna open up a lot. You're gonna move better because of it. Let's get started. First stretch is the kneeling lat tricep stretch. So you're going to need a bench. If you don't have a bench, something about bench height. You're gonna need a dumbbell, preferably one from the 60s. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can use a pipe or a broomstick works as well. So what we're trying to achieve in this stretch is we're trying to achieve basically this overhead position here where my arm and my torso are in line, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our dumbbell, we're gonna put our elbows on the bench, we're gonna bring the dumbbell down right above our neck, the knees are gonna come right below the hips, and then from here, we're just gonna slightly press the chest downwards to try to achieve that position that we talked about earlier, that arm becoming in line with the torso. Now, we don't wanna arch that lower back, right? Because we want the extension to come from our upper back. So we just tuck the pelvis a little bit there. And what you should feel is you should feel your lat or your tricep or somewhere around the shoulder region getting stretched, right? It may be different places for different people because you're gonna be stiff in different areas, right? So don't worry about so much if you're feeling the right sensation, just go more so for this position, right? Now, as you become more comfortable in this, if I start bringing my knees back, putting my hips into more extension here, now we're actually loading this stretch more because now a lot more of my body weight is going down into this, okay? So now this becomes like a little plank position, and with the more load, it's gonna cause more adaptation of the shoulder and you're gonna get a more intense stretch. Next exercise, the hang. The hang is one of my favorite stretches because it's so easy to do and really it just pulls you into this overhead position that we're trying to improve. So if you're stiff in the upper back and the shoulders, it's because these muscles are holding some tension here. And our goal with the hang is to signal to our nervous system that this position is actually a safe position to be in and that we can release some of that tension from those muscles, okay? So to hang, very simple, right? Get whatever you have to hang from, and then we're just gonna let gravity do its work, right? So we just kind of try to really relax into us. I think in the beginning, the most important thing to think about is just relaxing, trying to kind of find your breath. Good long exhale. We're just signaling to your body that this is a safe position. As you hang more and more, there are other things that you can start to think about, right? We want to think about the shoulder and the shoulder blades kind of drifting upwards. We want that upward rotation of the scapula, and then the legs and the rib cage are kind of just being pulled downwards. So we're putting those opposing forces on the body, and that's just stretching us, decompressing the spine, okay? For you guys that are a little bit more interested in hanging, I will link a couple resources in the description for you to check out. If you don't have something to hang from, get yourself one of those doorway pull-up bars. Those are very inexpensive, but for now, if you don't have that, next exercise. Third and final stretch. Like I mentioned, if you don't have a bar to hang from, then get one, but this will do in the meantime. This is the doorway hang. So it's really simple. All you're gonna do is put your hands up on the top of the doorway, and then you're gonna let your body weight start falling forward, okay? And notice what this does. This is kind of like our first stretch. This is pushing my chest forward and my arm goes back, right? So we're really just stretching into this overhead position here, okay? So start easy on this, right? Keep your feet pretty close under you, really stretch the arms up, and as you feel better and better with this, you step back a little bit, you put more force going forward and down, the more intense of a stretch that's going to be on your shoulders, okay? Try to stay out of getting super arched in your lower back, right? Just keep your hips tucked under you a little bit, and you're gonna feel stretch throughout the chest, the shoulders, the lats, okay? All right, guys, if you're not as tall as me and can't get to the door so easily, just place something on the ground there. You can step on it and do your doorway hanging all over the house. That's it, guys. Get cracking on these 3 stretches today. Like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the first video, make sure you check it out, because combining those 3 and these 3 are really gonna open up your spine a lot, let you have better posture, and improve your movement as well. It is really cold, that's why I have this neck warmer on. I'm gonna get up out of here. As always, join the strength side, and I will see you in the next one.